Alright, I would like to go through the notes that I made while I was in jail, starting from when I first got there, page 1, all the way to page 15 or so. Oh, and then I have some separate, just 2 separate pages for some specifics. Let me also just show what they gave. Maximum security deodorant, a little bar of soap, a pen, and this pen is in a very soft rubber, a very soft comb, nature mint, all in this bag. Alright, that's nothing. Alright, so these notes were just taken I'm going to do it in chronological order. I think that just kind of shows the time. And I didn't put any time. I lost track. A lot of times I lost track of times. This is how I felt. Old man should be charged for harassing me. He said that I was parked all day and told me to park elsewhere. He said I was upset about the internet. That's what the cop brought up. Was this information that he got about me being upset from the library or from my review on Google Maps? If you look under the library and Google Maps, you'll see my review. And I gave it a 1 star. I wasn't happy. But I mean, so what? What's the crime in that? If there's a crime in being upset, everybody would be in jail. Alright. Old man went behind my car with the dispatch on the phone. And that's when I got out of my car, asked some questions. I asked this, has there been issues in the past at library? I asked this towards the ends. I recorded our interaction, and I want to post that at some point. Old man, there's a lot of repeats I put. Old man initiated, and this is late at night. Old man initiated confrontation. He initiated the confrontation, then I was following him. Cop refused to answer, then charged me with obstruction. I'm just looking at the hypocrisy of these people. Which is worse, big city criminals or small town cops? That's what I questioned at a particular time. The cop camped my car between 8:30 p.m. and 12 midnight, and he even says it on the ticket, which I might make a separate video for the ticket. As soon as I showed up, he rounded the corner. That was really eerie. I'm sitting in my car after an hour walk, and this old man comes to my car to tell me to park elsewhere. I was tired. I was a little tired. I walked around the whole town, and then 15 minutes sitting in my car, this couple pull in and start telling me I need to move my car and giving me a hard time about it. And then I was thrown in jail for not giving date of birth. This is a bad civil rights issue. For his police log, give me a break. Cops promise to do a lot of things afterward, but don't. That's why I demanded my license plate information up front. Is that a parking strip? If you look at the library, there is a parking area, and it's like on the side of the road. You can't quite tell if it's designated for only the library or for just general parking. It's not exactly clear. I need to go to City Hall for that. Is that old man saying that he pulled up, minding his own business, and I walked up to him, following him and recording? He was not just minding his own business, and I just decided to start stalking him. That's ridiculous. They seem to be painting that picture. I gotta see what the police report says. I followed him long enough to ask my questions. He confronted a man just sitting in his car. Old man was on phone, and I waited until he was done reporting me before I asked him a few questions. The following began after he made his call. Following like a stalker? Why would I just start following a random stranger for no reason? The old man wasn't going to press charges, but there was a sudden reversal when I didn't tell my date of birth to the cop. Asking questions is disorderly conduct. A few hours earlier, the fat cop drove by me and waved at another part of town. I think I saw him at another part of town for about 2 hours or more. I watched this is in the, right after I was thrown in the jail cell. I was watching him just putz around with his police report. He involved the other jailers for input. I really want to read his report. I just was questioning This is all that night, too. Well, it's all fresh in my mind. We need to understand the delicate details that really make the charges stick in court. He has to act like an elementary lawyer, interpreting exactly why my actions fit the definitions correctly. I obstructed by not giving my date of birth. I stalked by following the old man. I was disorderly for arguing. He had to stretch and twist the law to obtain his objective. What advice can the jailers really offer him to improve the report? He printed off several copies over time. He looked stern at times, indifferent at others. Sometimes he seemed to break off from writing to explain a law to the jailers. They seem impressed. Is weird. It wasn't easy to watch. I certainly was not impressed by his knowledge. He seemed to break the law down to its simplest form, the kind that he is most comfortable with. He has to ignore the subtle nuances that need to be considered for the offense to truly be offending. For example, with a stalking charge, there are conditions which need to be met. Otherwise, this charge could freely be given out to more people who don't realize they were even stalking. A guard asked me and this is the next morning, if I wanted over-the-counter medications. I just said no. I tried to call, the next day I tried to call some of these bonds people, and this is the second page. Okay. I talked about a little bit of breakfast, but I was having trouble writing, so I just gave up. Johnson, and there's another guy, Johnson, in a cell. He was having trouble waking up to do his booking. The guard offered medical attention. Johnson declined. They just let him continue sleeping. There are at least 3 inmates, including me, in solitary rooms. The other 2 sleep a lot. That's what happens a lot. A lot of people just sleep in jail. In Boise, it happened in Boise. The bus schedule says there's 2 buses that go east and 2 buses that go back. I missed that bus. I need the evening bus. The jail needs to give me a voucher. They never did. In fact, the jail steals $40 from you and calls it some kind of administration tax. If you have $40, you're better off just throwing it on the ground if you get arrested. Just take your money and throw it if you get arrested around here, because it'll go into the jailer's hands for their administration fees. They don't need that money. I think it's like they're building a whole new jail. Where'd they get the money for that? From all the money they've stolen from people? I might be closest to the Kamar Plaza. I need to find... Yeah, I was trying to figure out. Yeah, and then the jailer told me that the fat cop said to him he did not intend to tow my car. I forget the fat cop's name. I keep forgetting. Reagan? Kagan? That's my tow ticket. Kagan. I'll try to call him Kagan. Okay, and that's 6, 7. Car windows are down. Will it rain? Yeah, because that's Saturday. Things are raining. Will car be burglarized? It never did. Thankful for that. It may be safer in tow yard. It was very close to going into the tow yard, I think. The 48-hour notice is what was up by Monday. The next 6 months waiting on court dates will bring me to February. I don't know how I will deal with the snow and cold sitting around this area. When I got the disorderly in Meridian, I actually provided my public defender with a police report before he received it through his channels. So I need to file right away with Hayden, because I'll probably beat the public defender to the police report. One of the guards accused an inmate of pissing and moaning and whining like 2 schoolgirls. The disorderly conduct in Eau Claire was a release. Yep. Okay, that was 7, 8, 5 p.m. It's thundering outside. 5 p.m. on Saturday. I was told it rained all day. My car windows are down, screen is over. But now that I'm back in my car, it's fine. It's like maybe it just all evaporated. I never knew how low a cop would go to catch the prey. The old man wanted the cop to check me out, and the cop committed to it. Stake out of a stalker. It was a stalking the stalker. I can just see people picking through my car for stuff they like. Yeah, these are a lot of random. My money belt is just sitting... No, it wasn't on the dashboard. That's how I remembered it. I thought it wasn't, though. Along with my mini pack, which wasn't. Which has an iPod. Yeah, all the good stuff. I want to just write. A public defender can be very risky. The two I had did go along with what I said. I didn't exactly take their suggestion. I need to be very aggressive about disputing all charges. 7 p.m., guards check on Johnson, who still hasn't been booked yet. Yeah, because he's sleeping too much. Sleeping too hard, I guess. 8 p.m., I moved from my cell A 2-bed, to cell B, a 1-bed. And then later, 1 a.m., moved back to cell A, which now has 2 people. 3 people for a 2-people room. It was very cramped. The air had gotten very stuffy in cell. I find myself waking up often with breathing problems. Termites keep showing up in the cell for some reason. That was a terrible cell to sit in. I wish to settle the matter honorably. This is a constitutional rights controversy. That was just a statement I wanted to make to the judge, but apparently the public defender talks for you. You talk to the public defender and they talk to the judge. That's a little different. I sat in jail over the weekend defending my constitutional rights. I went to jail I was offered OTC, again, over-the-counter drugs. There's a surprisingly high amount of women jailers. Oh yeah, and then the Tylenol. I think Tylenol is the biggest OTC. I don't want that stuff. Every shift, about 5 jailers each shift has at least 1 woman. One shift has 3. There's one shift that has more women than men. Okay. Hayden's rich history of constitutional rights violations. I was just thinking of titles. Finding out the parking ordinance in Hayden City. Yeah, I want to go back there in the next couple of days. Demand Hayden police release the body cam footage right away. They're saying 2 to 3 weeks for any public records request, but I'd like that body cam footage right away. You know what? You can go ahead and release it on your own channel. I don't care. What is Hayden Cop's social media or websites? What is Fat Cop's first and last name? Yeah, I didn't find that out until I got out of jail. They really withhold information. I violate your privacy rights by asserting my First Amendment rights. Your privacy rights start under the Fourth Amendment. Do you know what that is? Yeah, these privacy rights people. I think all their arguments fall under the Fourth Amendment. I need the dispatch call recording. When that old man called, I need that recording. That's public records. I was thrown in jail for stalking an old man with my camera. How ridiculous. The jailers didn't allow me my drawstring pants because I might strangle myself. That's their argument. The jail cell got very warm and one guy became so overwhelmed by heat that he called the desk for help multiple times. At one point he was close to puking, which the jailers just responded, aim for the toilet. I was sweating. The day before, this is the next day, this is on Sunday. I was there on Saturday and it's very hot. This guy comes in and I think he's a meth head. And he complains, and he actually, I think he helped. I think he got the temperature down. The heat built up by midday, and our bodies constantly had to adjust and get used to the rising temperature. In a box, locked in a box, having to deal with rising temperature, that really increases anxiety. It creates anxiety because there's no relief, and you're forced to remain locked in a room dealing with it. I find these Bob Barker shoes kind of fitting, but they're not very good for outside, and I don't think they'll handle rocks. I felt a little stomach sickness after the burger. Yeah, I was a little sick. That's my stomach. It's weak now. The guards refused to give me dental floss. I had food stuck in my broken tooth that is very bothersome at some point. That was like Sunday. I wish I had a game camera set up in my car for the time. And I know I could get one not far away too. But at $50, it's like, gosh, I wish I had more money. I had been in jail, especially that night of everything set to 15 seconds. This is what I was just wishing at the time. I was bored. I saw one at Walmart in Laramie? I think it was somewhere else. I don't have money to spare for it. A game cam. Now that I got this gun lock, they don't really sell these, or they might sell them. I could put this gun lock on the game cam and attach it to my 25-pound weight and have a much better security, because that last one was stolen out of Albuquerque. How is the courtroom documented? Yeah, I asked about that one. There's really nothing I can grab for information. They don't give you the audio. They only write down the information. I don't care. Housing location, I was in the C room. PR, warrant for arrest. That pretty much means warrant for, they'll put a warrant out for your arrest. Protection, oh, yeah, we'll cover that. Cash, yeah, there's a difference. There's cash surety bond you pay up front, and personal recognizance, which you pay if you miss the court dates. They're two different ones. I definitely didn't want to pay anything up front. Do public records requests before filing for, I don't know why they gave me that guy's name. Is judge elected or appointed? I believe this guy is elected. James Garrett's elected. Okay, and that's 1516, harassment, signed PR bond. Oh, this is after the court. This is my court date, August 6, 8:30 a.m. It's a Tuesday, $1,500 PR. So I owe $1,500 if I miss. James Brown. Oh, that's I got a public defender's application I need to fill out. But before I go to them, I need to do my public records request at the police station. Because if I go to the public defender before get the police public records, then it's not right, apparently. DA mentioned that I make video of me fighting cops as an argument, but never requested any further action than that. Yes, that was a surprise. It was a lady, and I was told I'd get her name off the paperwork. Did fat cop get statement from the old man before arrest or after arrest? And I really think I'd like to contact these guys, because I don't want to be over harassed by these locals. They're pretty bad. They are pretty bad. Charging for everything. Staying at a jail, charging for that? Like I wanted to go? And like it was a lawful arrest from the beginning? And you want to charge me money for that? Public records for police vid, mug shots. Oh yeah, this is like the shirt. I don't know what RCDC means. Here's Joseph never answered for bail bonds. ABES bail bonds did answer. I had a $750 bond, and they charge $112.50 for that fee. And she said since I'm just a traveler and not from the area, I had to pay the whole $750. I'm like, nope, I'm not going to pay anything. I'll just sit in jail. Rocky Mountain didn't answer, but apparently they showed up on Sunday for some guy. Some guy got lucky and got a hold of them. How many miles away is Hayden? That's 23 miles. I almost walked the whole distance back. Weather forecast, well, it rained a lot on Saturday and Sunday, and Monday it was very sunny. Is Hayden police station open Saturday? I don't believe so. Just jail or police station provide NCIC. I need to find out. The jail did a NCIC request on me, and I'd like to see that information. This is my public request. NCIC, if they did that on me. Police report, witness report, which is pretty much that guy who's now claiming a protection order against me. He filed a protection order against me. This is ridiculous. Okay, that's it. They gave me these notepads. What the heck is this? $30 booking fee copy, $10 bond fee. So this is what the jail charges you. They'll take this right out of your pocket. They will steal your last hoe cake. They'll take this right out. If you had money, they'll take it. Title 18, Section 8. Oh, okay, I need to write these down. That's the obstruction, so I can research these. Harassment and then disorderly conduct, Title 18. And this is how it's suggested you look for them under those titles. Okay.